Let's do this. So, last question for today. I've recently joined an online support group. Something I struggle with in our video calls is knowing how I'm feeling and feeling the nuance of my emotion. Often the other members of the group seem to have a better idea of what's going on for them. As an INFP, I feel I should have a better grasp on my feelings, but most of the time, all I can identify with is tight ball of energy in my stomach like thread. Why is this? And how can I become more in tune with the different feelings in me? What a great question. Thank you for asking this question on behalf of every other INFP who hasn't done many group calls. This is not an unusual problem. In fact, a lot of INFPs don't like being put on the spot to make decisions or to kind of, talk about where they're at in that moment. That generally tends to originate from the fact that these INFPs, maybe you can relate to this as well, maybe this is relevant to you, feel like unless you're able to exactly explain your position or where you are or the exact nuance of how you're feeling, that it's difficult to kind of get the words out, and it's almost like you just get kind of stuck with the words. So you said, I feel I should have a better grasp on my feelings. I think you actually do have a very good grasp on your feelings, but perhaps not in that time frame that is required. So the INFP feeling is inward facing, which means that in order for you to really connect to it, you need to go inward into introspection. Because without introspection and without going inward, you can't access your inward feeling, your ethicist part of you. So when you're in an outward interaction situation, if you don't have a moment to pause and feel inward, it's almost impossible for you to explain how you are feeling in the moment. And if you haven't had much practice in this area, then it's even worse. Because we do get better at things the more we do it. So it's like when you become better at skating, then you're just better at skating, because it takes different parts of your brain to get the balance right, to get the technique right, to know where you're putting your arms and legs and so on. And the same is true with your being on this introverted extroverted space, where you're in an extroverted space, but you have to engage with the introverted parts of you. The more you practice doing that, the more fluent you get in making the kind of the transition, and the faster it becomes. So a lot of the time it is just practice. And if you are asked to share how you're feeling, it is completely okay to say, can you give me a moment? And then you take a moment and you go into your emotions and you're asking yourself, okay, how am I feeling right now? What do I need right now? And that starts that system. You write it down and then you say, okay, so here's how I'm feeling about this. So you slow it down enough to have that time to step into the inward feeling before you have to try and give people an idea about, what it is that you're feeling. That ball of energy in your stomach oftentimes is to do with being caught off guard. So, whilst that might be the feeling that you're having there, it's certainly not helped by the fact that you feel that you're like a deer in the headlights when you should be knowing how to say things perfectly and you can't. So I hear you on that. But even just identifying a tight ball of energy in your stomach is a very valid and very insightful thing to share. So don't be afraid. My encouragement to you would be, don't be afraid to not get it perfect, but start somewhere so that you can practice learning, because another word for failure is learning. And as long as you keep learning, then you don't ever really fail. Okay, so I hope that helps you with that. And I hope that if that has been helpful, let me know. I'd love to hear. And if you're struggling with something significant and you really need help, just get in touch with us at desk@infxproject.com, and we will set you up with an INFJ or an INFP integration mentor who can help you with exactly what you have going on. All right. I will talk to you real soon. You have a great day, everyone. Have a great weekend and stay safe and stay weird and wonderful.